What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we are going to be showcasing how to unlock the exotic version of the Allstar Vector Skimmer as fast as possible. Technically, you can get this thing after one single playlist activity, and so let's get started. Now, first things first, why do you want to do this? Well, it's very important to unlock the exotic version because if you take a look at the white version of the Allstar Skimmer, you'll see it's actually a limited time item, so it will disappear at the end of Guardian games. So getting the exotic version will simply replace this white version and allow you to keep a skimmer permanently, and skimmers are absolutely awesome. So the first thing you will need in order to get the quest to unlock the exotic version is the white version. So if you're still trying to get that, simply go to the tower, talk to Eva Levante, and get that main Guardian Games 2024 quest. It's going to direct you to do a game of Supremacy or another playlist activity. So after that Supremacy game, you head back to the tower, and then importantly, you will talk to make sure to have who will kind of give you an additional quest. This is going to be keeping track of your Nightfall scores, and this will definitely come up later. And then talk to Shax, and he will give you another quest to keep a track of your kind of Supremacy scores. Now, those two quests, when you progress them, when you get bigger scores, will give you a ton of loot. But after doing so, you talk to Eva Levante, and then you will get the white version of the skimmer along with the quest Drop In. Now, this Drop In quest is actually very interesting because it gives you 3 possible objectives. So you can either get 1,200 total medallion score, or you can open 3 focus activity winners packages, or what we're going to focus on today is earn a top 10% score in Nightfall challenges. Because not only will you potentially instantaneously get this exotic skimmer, but you will also get the platinum rating for Nightfalls. And as I alluded to earlier when I was talking about what Zavala gives you, that's going to let you, as you can see, claim all of these different torches in the tower. And if you do claim that final top platinum tier torch, as you guys can see, you will get already masterworked Guardian Games weapons guaranteed with double perks. So way easier to get the god rolls when you're getting literally double the chance to get the perks you want. So you'll get all that stuff. So here's how you go for that 10% platinum score in the Nightfall playlist. So, first of all, your build matters a lot because we are not playing this like a usual Nightfall. The tactics for this and something like a Grandmaster Nightfall are actually going to be a bit different. Number one, make sure to have your Guardian Games class item equipped or your score won't even count towards your progress. But then, you obviously want to keep those different champion types controllable. So, for example, with this particular strike with the Glassway, there's going to be overload champions, and for that I'm using the Quicksilver Storm because auto rifle for overloads, and there's also going to be barrier champions. Now, kind of the cheat code here is the Indebted Kindness. This is a rocket sidearm special, but it's still technically a sidearm, so it will, with one shot, break a barrier champion's shield. So this is absolutely fantastic for getting through this Nightfall. Absolutely equip it if you have it. You kind of want to avoid getting 2 different primary weapons. That's just going to limit the amount of damage you can do. So, you know, the Arbalist to deal with those barrier champions as your special, combined with any sort of auto rifle or pulse rifle to deal with the overloads, like that would also work as well. Now, technically you can use rocket launchers to also deal with the overloads, but having to depend on your heavy isn't the most consistent. And also, I would recommend against rockets because I would use a heavy specifically for ad clearing, which is why you're going to see me use the brand new Hullabaloo Wave Frame Grenade Launcher. And in this same vein, I would recommend that you use Suspend if possible, or Freeze, or even Blinding within your build. And the reason for all of this is because we do not want to nuke the champions. Now, why is that? Because normally just going in and nuking champions is good. Well, in this case, you're trying to inflate your Nightfall score, and there is so much potential score that comes from a dying champion. Mainly, you can finish them. As you can see, when you finish them, you get the Finishing Touches medal, and getting these medals is going to give you massive chunks of score. So every single champion throughout this Nightfall you want to finish. And in fact, if you can emote before you finish, you actually get another medal, as you can see, for even more points. So in the best case scenario, every single champion you want to emote and then finish for a massive boost in points. But it's actually not just champions. Any yellow bar you can emote and then finish, and it will give you these medals. If you do that to a red bar, it will not give you these medals. But there's other ways to inflate your medals as well, which is why I recommend a heavy that can add clear. You can slay out with that heavy on the normal red bars, and that is going to give you medals based on that heavy. You can see right here when I'm getting a bunch of kills with my hullabaloo, it's giving me like the cannonballer medal because I'm doing that. If I was doing the same thing with my primary, I don't think I would get the same amount of medals. And on that same vein, I would recommend using an ad clearing super. So maybe put away the Well of Radiance. I mean, it's still very good, so maybe one person, but you know, the Well of Radiance and the bubble maybe aren't going to give you the most medals. Whereas, as you can see right here, when I'm slaying out with my Berserker Titan super and I'm getting kills, I'm getting medals for doing so. Now, keeping all of this in mind, this also means that you want to kill as many ads as possible, obviously, but specifically with the Glassway Nightfall, the amount of ads that spawn are directly related to what you do as a player, because if you kill the bosses quickly, you are going to miss out on tens of thousands of points because the wave spawns are directly tied to the boss's health. So you really need to kill the final boss slowly. Every time you get, 1/3 of his health down to halfway, there's going to be usually a wave of ads that spawn, and then you get that third down all the way, the boss is going to disappear. There's another wave of ads that spawn. So, like the first time I ran through this, we weren't even thinking. We just nuked the boss like we normally would, and you can actually see all these ads just despawn. That's thousands of potential points gone, right? And that is what you absolutely want to avoid. So you really need to make sure that every time you are looking at the bottom left corner of your screen and you see like that ads are spawning, that the Vex are moving, or whatever text prompt it gives you, you want to stop damaging the bosses and you want to turn your attention on those ads for milking those points. And so guys, there you have it. Follow all of these tips to get that top 10% Nightfall score and instantly get that exotic Allstar Vector. And even if you're just below, you'll get that platinum rating no problem and get a ton of double perk masterworked hullabaloos. So either way, you're winning. Guys, again, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.